this game, you need the desire, the hunger, the will to win.
It's so hard that
This is what drives you to finish,
Pedraza goes untouched into the end zone.
to dominate. When it's one-on-one on this field, the one with more heart, the one with true will, one who simply refuses to lose, will be victorious. East side, strong side.
Good evening and welcome to J. Lewis Boga Stadium in Harlingen, Texas, where tonight K-West brings you another exciting episode of high school football. Tonight, it is your Weslaco East Wildcats taking on the Harlingen Cardinals. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by none other than the coach, John Boswell. Coach, it's going to be a good one tonight.
Yeah, we have two coaches and two coaching staffs that know each other well, two programs that respect each other. Ought to be fun. Weslaco East won the toss, deferred. Harlingen will receive the opening kickoff. And on the camera tonight is our buddy Vinny Berry. Joe, I'm excited. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Last week, Weslaco East lost a close one to Los Fresnos, 17-14, a game that they played very well. A game where we, as we've talked off camera and and just in our travels about how well that defense played last week, and just the special teams gave up one. And if they hadn't done that, it would have been a whole different ball game.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to have a punt blocked and then still win the game. You don't see that happening very often, and that's kind of what happened, the difference in the ball game. Like to see Chucky get hot tonight, see Richard keep playing well. You know, it may come down to turnovers, Joe, and let's see how it goes from the beginning.
Well, the Weslaco East Wildcats come in with a 1-2 district record, and the Harlingen Cardinals come in undefeated in district play. The Wildcats will be kicking off because you mentioned just a little while ago the Weslaco East Wildcats did win the toss, and they did defer to have the ball in the second half. So they're going to be kicking the ball off to begin this ball game. There's two guys back deep for the Harlingen Cardinals. We were wondering what jerseys they would be wearing. We thought they might come out in all black, but they're coming out in their red jerseys. Of course, our Wildcats are in their road white jersey uniforms. Back deep for the Harlingen Cardinals is Ralph Castellanos, along with Damon Cantu. On the kick for your Wildcats is Orlando Fuentes, as you just mentioned, Coach, better known as Chucky. So he's got everybody checked in, and game time. Ball is on its way. It's deep in the direction of Cantu, and he's going to drop it, pick it up at the goal line, and he's going to be met at the 7-yard line by Freddy Cárdenas, and then he's met by a host of Wildcats, and the Harlingen Cardinals are going to take over with their first possession deep in their own territory.
Yeah, he kind of balled that ball back deep in the end zone, and it rolled out into the field of play, so he had to pick it up. Freddie and number 26, Carlos Espinosa, amongst others. I also saw number 4, Ramsey Vasquez. Ramsey needs another big game tonight. Let's see how everything goes.
Well, here come your Cardinals. They're going to split one receiver wide to the left. That is Joe Reyna. Quarterback is Daniel Ramirez. Got one running back in the backfield. Then they're going to send someone in motion. Ethan Martinez, fakes the handoff, looking to run. He's going to ditch a defender, then throws the ball off to his right, and that's going to be incomplete. Some pressure there by the Weslaco East Wildcats.
Yeah, what you saw there is what you're hearing about on the pros and the college level. They call it an RPO, which means run-pass option. The linemen think that they're running a running play. The quarterback is reading the number of people to play the run. If that number is high, then they'll throw the ball. If it's low, they'll run it.
So here come the Cardinals. They're just going to flip the formation. They've got 3 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. This time they are going to hand the ball off. The running guy's going to break a couple of tackles and get to almost the 15-yard line. And with the run is Jesus Galvan. A good job of running and breaking a few tackles.
Right. Freddie Cárdenas comes in and cleans up there. Just a little off-tackle play. Like I said, the quarterback is in control right now. He's looking at the formation. He's looking at the defense, and he's making that decision on whether to go run pass.
So they're going to say that he picked up 5 on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Cardinals. Not the same formation, but they're going to have an empty backfield, and they're going to fake the jet sweep. The quarterback's going to keep the ball, get across the 15-yard line, and depending on where they spot it, it may be a 1st down. Looks like from here that he did get it because looks like they're going to spot it at the 19-yard line.
You know, their quarterback's a pretty big kid, but when you compare him to the Weslaco East quarterback, you know, he's not that big. But he's 6'2", I'd say 200-poundish, and he got that 5 yards up the middle. First down, Harlingen.
So the ball's going to be resting at the 19-yard line for the Cardinals. And they pick up a first down. The quarterback, Daniel Ramirez, is going to have one running back in the backfield. Everybody else is split, and the handoff is bobbled by the running back, Jesus Galvan, but he's going to take the ball into his stomach area, and he's going to find a little opening out to the left side and run to about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line, where he's finally stopped. And that's going to be a good 6-7 yard pickup, depending on the official markage of the ball.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback tried to pull that back, but that ball was actually loose for a second. The defender for Weslaco East actually ran by the ball carrier. It'll be 2nd and short.
Yeah, 2nd and 2. They're going to give him 8 on that carry. Good run there from the running back of the Cardinals. Now a quick pass out to the right side in the direction of Ryan Wally, and he's going to haul that in, and he's going to be stopped at about the 33-yard line, but that's going to move the sticks for the Harlingen Cardinals once again.
Yeah, number 20, Al Medrano out there in the coverage. They just ran a simple out pattern over there, the wide side of the field complete by Harlingen.
So the sticks move again for Harlingen. That's their second first down of this drive, and so the ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Looks like Daniel Ramirez didn't like what he saw. Looks over to the coaching staff to see if maybe there's something else they can do. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. They're going to have Galvan in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, looking for a receiver. Finds no one. Now he's going to run out of the pocket to his right side, and he's going to smartly just get rid of the ball because everyone that was in a pattern was covered well by the Wildcat defensive secondary.
Yeah, there was a little bit of pressure on Ramirez, and also everybody was covered. He might have been able to run for a couple, but, you know, he's been well coached, and it's, hey, get out of the pocket, throw it away. Let's live to play another down. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's right. So that incomplete pass will stop the clock with 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. They're going to send 3 receivers out to the right. That's going to be Galvan in the backfield again. They're going to send a receiver in motion. Quarterback takes it. He's going to hand the ball off to Galvan. Galvan looking for some running room, but not much there on the left side of that defensive line of the Wildcats. They stop him after picking up maybe 2.
Yeah, I see number 33, Mikey Gonzalez, and I think number 97 also involved in that, Robert Torres, in the interior of that line. Did a nice job. Big play for the Wildcats, 3rd and long.
So here we go. This is a big play for the Wildcats. 2 receivers split wide to the right. Galvan in the backfield. Fakes the handoff. The quarterback is looking to get some running room, but then he smartly rolls out to his right, throws the ball in the direction of Ethan Martinez, but that ball's a little too low and it's incomplete, and that'll bring up a 4th down for the Cardinals. Good stop there by the Wildcats.
Once again, some pressure, some underneath routes recovered. Dimas Alvarez, number 7, does a nice job in the safety spot to actually get a hand or maybe even a foot on that ball. It's going to be a punt formation, and back deep you got Ramsey Vasquez.
Ramsey had a great game last week. Today, you were talking a little earlier, Coach, about we're looking for a big game from him as well tonight. So the punt is on its way. Ramsey looking to let it drop in front of him. It takes a Cardinal bounce inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line, where it's finally going to be down, and that's where the Wildcats will take over for their first possession of the night.
Well, that's a good way to start the ball game. You had to kind of feel out what Harlingen was going to try to do. You know, you and I were talking about number 4, Abel Castañeda, who's been injured, is back, who they felt like was going to be their main running back this year. They gave him a little bit of feel. They also got a chance to look at the Wildcat defense. Wildcats hold them early, and let's see what group Coach Brigette sends out there. Remember, when you're watching the Wildcats on offense, you're looking for 1 back, 2 backs, 3 backs, or 5 wideouts. One of those formations, and it looks like it's going to be 1 back.
Yeah, they're going to send Derek Ibarra out there to be the running back. 3 receivers wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Wide left, the top of your screen is going to be Ramsey Vasquez. Lefevre looking to his right, and it's going in the direction of Jaime Banuelos, but that's just a little too high. A great pass, though, a good-looking pass from Richard Lefevre there.
Yeah, he had time to throw it, too. You had Jaime and you had Bones. That's Hector Trey Signs, both running up the seam. Actually, both guys kind of had a chance at that ball, but you're going to be able to throw the ball, it looks like, if you can protect Richard.
Yeah. Richard's got a great arm. As you mentioned earlier, Coach, he is a big kid at 6'3", maybe 260 pounds. Passes in the direction of number 20, Alvaro Medrano, and he's going to make the reception, make a couple of moves, get beyond the sticks, finally stopped at about the 37-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for the Wildcats.
Well, they stretched the defense, ran Medrano underneath. He makes a nice move, enough for a first down. Wildcats on their first drive with a first down. They're making some substitutions here. Looks like they may be going into multiple back set, possibly.
Yeah, they're bringing in the big man, Randy Cardosa. We've seen him on several occasions in there as a blocking back, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They've got Derek Ibarra in the backfield along with Cardosa, and the handoff is to Derek, and Derek's going to get to about the 40-yard line where he is met by red jerseys, but that's going to be good for 2 yards, bringing up a second down and 8.
Well, you know, Coach Burgett coached offense is going to try it up in there. They only got about 2.5 yards, but Harlingen's going to have to stay clean on that, which will allow Richard to ball fake that up in there and run some play action.
So that'll bring up a second down and 8 for your Wildcats. 8:26 to go here in the first quarter. No score. This is the first time that the Weslaco East Wildcats have the football. They have already converted a first down, so they are moving the ball. Derek Ibarra, the lone running back in the backfield. Looks like Richard didn't like something, or maybe Burgett didn't like something, so there's a timeout called. So the Wildcats are going to run over to the sideline to see what Coach Burgett has to say. I think he didn't like the way his kids lined up.
Well, you know, you're trying to communicate, and even though it's week 2 of this team with no Roy, no JC, no Freddie Gonzalez, you still have some young men who were maybe, well, you're seeing Ramsey in there right now, and Alvaro Medrano and Jaime, and all 3 of those guys, Jaime Bonuelos, were playing just now on the defense.
Right.
So these guys were basically one-way players up until a couple of weeks
2 weeks
ago. And they're having to adjust and play a team the quality of Harlingen, a team the quality of San Benito, a team the quality of Los Fresnos, and go both ways.
Yeah, and learn new positions, you know, positions that they may have been playing a little bit in practice, but not a lot, not getting a lot of those reps.
You know, it's like the stand-in on Broadway. You know, you weren't the main actor, and then all of a sudden you have to step in and run the show. Let's see who's got it.
So here we go. We've got second down and 8. 8:12 to go here in the first. It is Randy Cardosa in the backfield with the quarterback, Richard Lefevre. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Play action, Lefevre with the ball. Gets it into the hands of Ramsey Vasquez. He's across midfield all the way down to the 30-yard line. A great catch, a great run there from Ramsey Vasquez.
Yeah, just a little slant pass there. Richard, again, he ball fakes to Randy. They have to be honest in there. That's a Weslaco East offense. We got to play tackle to tackle. They ball fake, and he's open right down the seam.
And we talked about that first pass that went incomplete from Richard and how pretty it looked. Those balls are coming out really nice out of the hands of Richard Lefevre. Snap is high. Richard takes it. He's going to run with the football, and he's going to get inside the 25-yard line. And when Richard gets moving north and south, that's a big guy to try to bring down.
Well, you know, I don't know if I can answer this question. I don't believe that was supposed to be a quarterback run, but he had to make something happen because that snap was a little bit high, and it's going to be second and about 4.
Yeah, Richard takes that snap a little high, brings it in, decides, you know what, I'm just going to run with this football, and he picks up 6 yards, so that'll bring up a second and 2, and ball is resting at the Cardinal 40-yard line. So here we go, I formation, he bought it the deep back, going to take the toss from Lefevre out to the right side, has some blockers in front of him, and he runs into Bones. Bones was trying to make a block because he saw a safety coming over, and at the same time, looked like Derek wanted to run outside, and they end up running into each other. But nonetheless, he picks up good yardage all the way down to the 18. That's going to be 6 yards on that carry. But more importantly, they're inside the red zone, and they've got a fresh set of downs. So first and 10 from the 18-yard line. 6:43 to go here in the first. Weslaco East moving the football. Jacob Carrasco in at fullback. Richard Lefevre keeps the ball himself, and he's going to run off the left tackle, and he's going to get inside to about the 11-yard line. 6 yards on that carry. So that's going to bring up a second down, and they're going to say 3. So they're going to give them 7 on that play.
Joe, to quote one of my favorite all-time announcers, he was rumbling, stumbling, and bumbling right there, and kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. I'm not able to make all those sound effects, but that was a 7-yard crush right there.
That it was. So I formation for the Wildcats. Bones out to the bottom of your screen. The handoff is to the fullback, Jacob Carrasco, and he's not going to be able to find any running room and stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nothing there at all on the inside. Harlingen does a nice job in their interior on that play. You know, Joe, when I met Manny Gomez, he was a high school linebacker playing in a system very similar to the one he coaches. Then the first time I met him as a coach, he was the defensive coordinator here at the Harlingen Cardinals. And now as the head coach, you know, one thing he's going to hang his hat on is a solid defense.
That he does, and that's something that you can always expect from a Harlingen Cardinal team. I formation, there's a movement. Richard sees that, and he knows that he's got a free play, and he's going to run with the ball right up the middle. He's got enough yardage for a first down, but we've got a flag, so we'll see which is the bigger play. So we'll turn it over to the referee on the field.
Offsides. Number 90 was in the neutral zone.
Well, that's the play call there. There's no actual play call in the huddle there, Joe. They said, hey, we're gonna hard count them, and if they don't jump, then we'll check into something. It's real hard for an offensive player to jump if there's not actually a play call.
So here we go, Bones to the bottom of your screen. The toss is to Derek Ibarra, looking for some running room on the outside, inside the 5, and he is knocked out of bounds at about the 3-yard line is what the line judge is going to say there.
I thought he had that corner turn, Joe. He just couldn't quite turn it up inside there. Hector Sainz did a nice job on the outside. He just wasn't able to seal the guy in. Derek maybe should have put his foot in the ground and turned up underneath it, but second from the 3 is okay.
Yeah, second and goal from the 3. Same formation, I formation. You got Carrasco in at fullback. Derek Ibarra is the tailback. And Richard Lefevre is the quarterback who's going to keep the football and is going to get to about the 2-yard line. So we'll see where they spot this. And they do spot it at the 2, so that'll bring a 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line. We've got 4:47 to go here in the first quarter. The Wildcats at the 2-yard line. They started this back at about the 24-yard line. They've been marching down the field and looking to put points on the board first here tonight. Tosses to Ibarra. Ibarra cuts up the field, and he's in the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown.
Derek Ibarra.
Derek Ibarra hit at about the 1, but his heart, his determination is what got him into the end zone. Good, tough Wildcat running there from Derek Ibarra.
And what a first drive of the ball game out of the Wildcats. You know, they hold off Harlingen, make them punt, and then ball control, a little bit of passing game, and here's Chucky for the extra point.
Yeah, Mikey Gonzalez with the hold, and it is good. Let's not forget that big play from Richard Lefevre to Ramsey Vasquez to set him up and put him in great field position.
And Al Medrano made a nice catch here and a nice move to get that first down of the ball game. Sometimes that's the most important one, the first one of the game.
Yeah, because it gets momentum on your side. It gets you to understand, you know what? We can move the ball against these guys.
Yeah, and I don't think, you know, it's one of those situations where they're afraid of the Harlingen Cardinals. I just think it's a chance to regain yourself and reestablish, you know, the East program. You know, JC's important. Roy Pedraza is important. Freddie Gonzalez is important. Some of the other guys that are injured are important. But this program existed before those guys, and it will exist after those guys. This is your chance to step up and be the man. Let's see how you respond. Right now, the Wildcats are responding.
And that's exactly what they needed to do tonight. They got a big stop, and then they took their first drive all the way into the end zone. So a great start here for your Wildcats. We've got 4:28 to go here in the first quarter, and it is your Weslaco Wildcats 7, the Harlingen Cardinals 0. So now Chucky on to kick off for the second time here in the ball game. He's going to kick off to the Cardinals. Back deep is Ralph Castellanos along with Damon Cantu. They are set back deep to return this kick from Chucky. The last one went all the way to the goal line. So here we go. Second kick is away, and it's a good one as well. This one is into the end zone. Ralph is going to catch it, and he's going to put one knee down, and he's going to say, you know what? We're just going to take it at the 25. So with 4:28 to go here in the first, it's your Weslaco East Wildcats 7, the Harlingen Cardinals 0. We'll be back with more high school football action right here in your home for high school football, K-West.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. K-West bringing you high school football. It is your Weslaco East Wildcats taking on the Harlingen Cardinals. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell. Harlingen, 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Quarterback, Daniel Ramirez, decides to keep the ball, and he's going to pick up 5. Being dropped at the 30-yard line, bringing up a 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's quarterback run all the way. They put the running back in motion, hoping that the Wildcats would remove defenders. They did not, but he still gets 5 on that run.
So the Wildcats take their first drive to the end zone, now looking to stop the Cardinals for the 2nd time here tonight. Handoff is made quickly to Jesus Galvan, and he's going to pick up maybe 1 yard on that carry.
Yeah, nice job on the interior of the defensive line. Once again, I think that is Robert Torres, number 97, number 55, Jacob Bonda, who had a gigantic game last week against Los Fresnos. Here's his name called again.
And you got Gerald Garza on this end as well. So here we go. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for the Cardinals. Handoff is made to Galvan. Galvan is dropped at the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard on that one, but that's going to bring up a 4th down for the Cardinals. So for the 2nd time here tonight, this Weslaco East Wildcat defense has made a big stop.
Yeah, and that big stop was made by number 33. No, that's not the birthday boy. Derek Ibarra is the birthday boy. But Mikey Gonzalez, you put a veteran in the ball game. The guy that holds on your kicks, the guys that plays on all the kicking game, the guy that can come in and play a couple positions on your defense makes a big play.
So the punter is on for the Cardinals. Ramsey Vasquez back deep for the Wildcats. Left-footed punter. Ramsey looking to catch this one at the 25. He bobbles it. He's going to pick it up, breaks a tackle. Now he's going to move to his left. He's got some running room. He's at the 35, and he's going to be dropped at the 37-yard line. Quarterback Daniel Ramirez comes up and makes a big tackle to stop Ramsey at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a good job by Ramsey. You know, he actually kind of muffed that ball, but he's so calm back there. He took the time to pick it up and take off. He made about a 10-yard return. And the Wildcats will take their 2nd drive, Joe, with 2.5 minutes to go in the first period. And let's see how they come out on this drive. If they could make another established drive here, this would be huge.
So here come your Wildcats for the 2nd time tonight on offense. Derek Ibarra, the birthday boy, is in at tailback. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Snap is made. Lefevre fakes the handoff, throws the ball. Caught by Medrano at midfield. Breaks the tackle. 45, still on his feet, down to the 42-yard line. Big catch there from Medrano.
Well, you've got a mismatch. The 3rd receiver from the outside is matched up against linebackers. Linebackers aren't as good at coverage guys as the outside guys. Plus, the ball was faked to Derek Ibarra, and they have to hold themselves, and Medrano's running through the secondary wide open.
So big play there from Medrano, the 2nd one of the night. 1st down and 10 for your Wildcats. Ibarra with the handoff. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Gets to the linebackers, and it's going to be stopped at about the 40-yard line. Good, tough running. A pickup of maybe 3 yards. We'll see where they spot it. Yeah, they're going to say it's 3, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. We are under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
You know, that's important right there. Even that 3 yards is important because, again, that keeps the linebackers honest on those play-action passes.
Randy Cardoza is going to replace the birthday boy, Derek Ibarra. We're going to have 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the top of your screen. At the top of your screen is going to be Daniel Posada. Pass in the direction of Bones, but that is just a little too high.
Yeah, Richard didn't really get that ball down. I think Trey Sines had a chance there, Bones, for that, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. You know, we're talking about the birthday boy. You want to date me a little bit. I coached his dad. And his older brother, Devin. So I got all kinds of ties to the Ibarra family.
So here we go. Weslaco East is going to send 3 receivers to the right. You're going to have Cardoza in the backfield with Lefevre.
And a tight end left, Joe.
Yeah, we got in at tight end Pablo Ibanez. Lefevre with some time. Ball in the direction of Banuelos, but it's intercepted. It goes over his head and right into the hands of Nathan Martinez, and he's running down the sideline and is finally brought down at about the 10-yard line. He picked that one off at about the 27-yard line and returned it all the way to the 10 of the Weslaco East Wildcats.
They'll try to run the inside skinny post or the post there to Jaime Banuelos. The ball gets through. The safety back there playing safe ends up with the ball right in his hands. And I'm going to say that's a great effort by Richard Lefevre and number 44, Randy Cardoza, keeping that from out of the end zone. But the Cardinals are going to take over, Joe, on about the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that was a 70-yard return on that interception because he picked it off at the 20. That was Nathan Martinez with the interception and return. So the Harlingen Cardinals with the football. They're going to bring in a new running back. That is going to be Ralph Castellanos. Quarterback is Daniel Ramirez. Takes a snap, play action, looking to his right. Now he looks in the middle of the screen, and the ball is caught, and it's a touchdown for the Cardinals. Ethan Martinez with the touchdown reception from the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. So the Cardinals with the interception all the way down to the 10 on the very first play from scrimmage, put it in the end zone for a Cardinal touchdown.
Yeah, he just ran an inside route again off of a play fake that sucks the linebackers up. Wildcats were probably in man down there in that field position, and you have a 10-yard TD.
Jacob Garza on to attempt the point after. The hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 1:06 to go here in the first, it is now the Harlingen Cardinals 7, your Weslaco East Wildcats 7. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with more first quarter action here from Bogus Stadium in Harlingen.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. K-West bringing you another exciting night of high school football. It is your Weslaco East Wildcats taking on the Harlingen Cardinals right now with 1:06 to go in the first quarter. We have a tied ball game at 7. Luis Garcia on to kick for the Harlingen Cardinals. Kick is away. It is a short one. It's going to be fielded at the 17-yard line by Bones. He's looking for some running room. Has a little bit of room and is met by a sea of red at about the 33-yard line. And that's where the Weslaco East Wildcats are going to take over for the 3rd time here tonight.
You know, as a coaching staff, it's a little bit frustrating. You and I were talking, you know, it's probably 3-1 yardage-wise. Weslaco East right now, and the score's tied. But we always talk about 2 things. Turnovers and penalties. Well, there hadn't been really any penalties. So the difference in this ball game right now is 1 turnover. Weslaco East is dominated, but the scoreboard doesn't show that because of 1 turnover.
Yeah, they've dominated yardage-wise and time of possession. So we've got 59 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I formation for the Wildcats. Toss is made to the right to Derek Ibarra. He's got some running room. He's at the 35, almost to the 40-yard line, stopped inbounds, so the clock will continue to move. They're going to say it's at the 39. So that's going to be a pickup of about 8. Bringing up, they're going to say 7, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 with 35 seconds. We got 26 seconds on the play clock, so we've got one more play to go here in the first quarter. I formation for the Wildcats. One receiver split wide to the right to the bottom of your screen. And we've got an offsides penalty. We said this was going to be the last play, but we've got a penalty. So there'll be another play here in the first quarter. That's going to be offsides against the Cardinals, but that's going to move the change for the Wildcats.
You know, on that last toss sweep to the right there, Jacob Crosco, number 36, and number 44, Randy Cardoza, did a great job of finding some space for Derek Ibarra to get into, and it's going to be first down, and we'll probably get one more play unless it's a pass.
Right. So here we go, 1st and 10 for your Wildcats. Ball is resting on the 44-yard line after that penalty. The clock is now moving, so we're probably going to have, or probably have already seen the last play of the first quarter. So we have played one quarter here at J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, and at the end of the first quarter, it is your Weslaco East Wildcats 7, the Harlingen Cardinals 7. We'll be back with second quarter action right here on K-West.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. K-West bringing you Wildcat football. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell. Wildcats 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. I formation. Toss is to the left. Derek Ibarra has some running room. He's at the 45-50 across midfield. Hit hard at the 49-yard line, but a good run there by Derek Ibarra. We've seen some good, tough running out of that young man here today.
Yeah, and that time, number 40, Jared Bernice, was in the game, and he and Randy Cardoza, you know, they're getting some movement over here, and Coach Manny Gomez is not real happy about what he's seeing in their defense of the toss sweep right now. Because let me tell you what, if you're turning and running on the toss sweep, you're going to be vulnerable to play action off of that action, and you're going to be vulnerable possibly to a reverse or some sort of flea flicker. You know, we're here at Harlingen. This is an awesome opportunity. They've done a lot of great upgrades to this stadium and the scoreboard, but, you know, no one still does it like K-West.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Coach. But no, all kidding aside, yeah, they've done some great remodeling. I was chatting with the staff from the Harlingen side of the field, and they are very pleased with the upgrades to the stadium. Yeah, and the upgrades look really nice here, and the stadium looks really nice, and of course that scoreboard looks nice as well. So coming out of the timeout, your Wildcats have the ball inside Harlingen territory at the 49-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and 3. I formation for the Wildcats. Fullback is going to be Randy Cardoza. Tailback is Randy Cardoza, and he's going to take the handoff from the quarterback, Richard Lefevre, off the right side to the 45-yard line. And once again, those chains are going to move for your Wildcats 1st and 10.
Well, they set in that same formation. They got an I formation. They got Randy Cardoza setting over kind of as a flex tight end. Harlingen comes out and adjusts that because that's the formation they've been running the toss against, and they run it up inside.
Burnias is the fullback. Lefevre keeps it, hurdles a man, is dropped at the 35-yard line, and depending on where they spot the ball exactly, that's going to be another 1st down for the Wildcats. And yes, they are signaling a 1st down for your Wildcats. Lefevre doing a real good job of running tonight. He's had about 3 carries and roughly about 25 yards.
You know, I was telling people all week, they kept saying, well, how was Weslaco East finding offense? And I said, one, Richard Lefevre decided that they were going to have some running, and he has contributed.
So he picks up 10 yards on that last carry, good enough for another Wildcat 1st down. So he's going to take the snap under center, hand it to Barry Ibarra. Ibarra breaks out to the right. He's inside the 30 and stiff arms the guy, but is brought down at the 29-yard line.
Now, that's supposed to be a blast play. That's run off the guard tackle area up inside. But the defense is so worried about the toss over here, Joe, that he almost bounced that thing to the sideline. And Derek's got enough speed. If he makes it to the sideline, he's gone.
Yeah, he stiff arms the guy, and that guy was able to just barely grab enough of his jersey to bring him down. So after a 6-yard pick, it'll bring up a 2nd down and 4-eye formation for the Wildcats. Richard Lefevre under center. Derek Ibarra is the tailback. Bones wide to the left. Lefevre with the quarterback sneak inside the 25-yard line to the 22-yard line. And again, the chains are going to move, and it's another 1st and 10 for your Wildcats.
You know, when you're moving the football like the Wildcats are tonight, the backs get stronger and feel faster. The linemen feel stronger, and they get rolling. And the defense, their tongues start hanging out, and they don't have an answer because there is no answer when you're getting your tail kicked.
Right, and the good thing that we can say tonight is that Wildcats are hanging on to the ball and keeping the Cardinal offense off the field, the defense on the field, and like you just said, it causes their tongues to begin hanging out. Power eye formation. This time the ball is handed off to the upback, Jacob Cardosa, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 2 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, Carrasco is not able to get up in the hole. That's a Freddie Gonzalez play. You know, you get in that power eye set and you work away from it as the B back or the A back, some people call that. He doesn't have quite the quickness that Freddie had. And maybe for the first time tonight, the Wildcats take a loss on a play.
That's about right, Coach. I don't remember saying they've been dropped for a loss. So here we go. Twins to both the right and left. Lefevre takes the snap, looking to his left, throws it in the direction of Ramsey Vasquez, and that ball is incomplete. He just could not hold on to the football.
Yeah, once again, a little inside slant. They ran Jaime Banuelos, I believe, straight up the field. Ramsey's trying to work underneath that. It's going to be 3rd and about 12. Now, I don't know if we're in Chucky range or not. From there, it'd be about a 42-yard field goal, Joe.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It looks from here to be about a 42-yard field goal, but it is 3rd down and 12 for the Wildcats. We'll see what they've got up their sleeve for this 3rd and 12 play.
We're about to run out of play clock. We need to get rolling here.
5 seconds on the play clock. They are set. It's a Wildcat formation. Jet sweep to Ramsey. Ramsey's going to throw the ball back to Banuelos. Banuelos is going to run off to the left side. He's got one man in his path. He breaks that tackle, breaks it inside the 10. He's still on his feet, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, that's a little play that usually you would run maybe with JC and Roy or somebody else. Is there a flag?
There's a flag on the play. We'll see what they call. But that was some good running there from Banuelos.
Well, they're coming back this way, so whatever it is must be on the Wildcats. But what a great call right there.
They're saying the infraction is at the 10-yard line, so they're going to mark it off from there. We'll wait for the referee. And here goes the call.
It's going to be 3rd down.
Defensive holding.
Oh, offensive holding?
I mean, yes, sir. I'm sorry. Offensive holding. And so the foul was at the 10-yard line. They move it back 10 yards from there. So we'll repeat 3rd down from the 20-yard line. So this time it's going to be 3rd down and 7, maybe 6. So here we go. Randy Cardosa, the lone running back in the backfield with Lefevre. Play
pressure.
action. He stays. He's got time. Ball is caught by Ramsey at the 10, and he's going to be dropped at about the 8, but that's enough for another Wildcat 1st down, and there's a flag on the play, and I believe from here that's going to be a late hit.
It's possible late hit, possible face mask in that area. Let's see what the call is. But what a nice throw catch there by the Wildcats.
And what a great way of holding on to the ball, because Ramsey just hugged that football. He was not going to lose it.
After the play, personal foul on the defense, number 2.
So the infraction was at the 10-yard line. It was a face mask, so it's going to be half the distance down to the 5. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Empty backfield for Lefevre. Here's the snap. Lefevre running off to the right. He's inside the 5. He's pushing that pile, and let's see where they mark this football, because that is very close. It's going to be like at the 1-inch line, Coach.
Yeah, what a formation. You've got all your big people. You've got extra linemen, extra fullbacks.
And
you've
Jacob
got
Carrasco.
And a 250-pound quarterback. And If they do that again, he'll end up in the back by that new scoreboard.
Yeah, he's going to push that defensive line back into that brand new scoreboard. So here we go. Same offensive formation. They've got Jared Burnias and Randy Cardoza there. This time they're going to go to the left side, and Lefevre is in easily for a Wildcat touchdown. So with 7:56 to go in the first half, it is now your Weslaco East Wildcats 13, the Harlingen Cardinals 7. Point after is pending. Coach Lefevre patting his Wildcat offense on the helmet one by one as they come off the field. And of course, several of them have to remain on the field for the extra point. So here's Chucky with the extra point. Mikey is the holder. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and the point is good. So with 7:56 to go here in the first half, it is now your Weslaco East Wildcats 14, the Harlingen Cardinals 7. On the previous offensive series, the Wildcats gave up an interception, but then they come right back, march down the field, and put the ball in the end zone.
Let me tell you, Coach Burgett, it will be the first one to tell you, when you're playing physical, when you're able to run the ball, we're able to run the ball between the tackles to the edge. We're having success throwing the ball. When you can do the physical thing, it's pretty easy to call an offense.
Yes.
But when things are not physically, when you're getting whipped up front, it's hard to call an offense. Right now, the line of the Weslaco East Wildcats are winning.
Yes, that they are. And those are the guys that don't get a lot of credit, but tonight they are going to be patted on the back. I love the way Coach Lefevre was patting all his kids on the helmet because he recognized that they are winning in the trenches.
Well, you know, you got to step up. Three of your best players, three of the best players in the Valley are gone. Well, what are we supposed to cry and cancel football? No, we're going to move on. And you've got guys like Richard Lefevre and guys like Jaime Banuelos and guys like Mikey Gonzalez that says, you know what? We can still play.
There we go. Chucky with the kick in the direction of Galvan. It's going to be caught by Galvan at about the 5-yard line. Looking for some running room. He's hit by Ramsey at the 19 and brought down at the 20.
Well, that was all caused because of the great penetration of number 26, Carlos Espinoza. Carlos last week is the one that caused the fumble, Joe, on the kickoff. And he did a great job of getting down the field there. He lines up at inside and outside linebacker and is doing a great job on all the special teams. And there's Ramsey, who's made 2 or 3 of the big plays of the night, who's not too big to run down on the kickoff and make a play. When you're unselfish also, you got a chance to win.
So here we go. The Cardinals with the football. Daniel Ramirez in at quarterback. Ralph Castellanos, the running back. They stack receivers on both sides of the field. Quarterback takes it, no, it's a play action, out to his right side, and the ball is caught quickly by Ryan Wally, but he's brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to give him 1 yard on that play.
I think that's Jaime Banuelos over there along with Ramsey, and maybe Mikey Gonzalez got over there to help out on that tackle. But all these guys were just in on offense, Joe, and they're in there making plays on D.
So here we go. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Play action.
Screen.
Looking to his right. Looking to move out of the pocket, and he does. Quarterback Daniel is on the move, but he's going to be hit at about the 28, 29-yard line, just shy of a first down.
Yeah, that's going to end up being about 3rd and 1. He had no place to go. There was pressure at his feet. Now, the front of the defense is going to have to make sure they're talking about who's got contain, who's got quarterback when he starts taking off like that.
So 3rd and 1, Ralph Castellanos in the backfield with the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Handoff is to Castellanos. No, the quarterback's going to keep it, and he's going to break a few tackles, and he's going to be hit hard at the 35-yard line by Ramsey Vasquez, and then to come clean it up is Fernando Garza.
You know, I actually think that was number 7, Dimas Alvarez, that came out of the middle of the field like a man possessed that laid that hit on the quarterback. Yes, it was. You know, seeing the replay on the big screen there. But Ramsey's right back there with him. But that hit was Dimas.
So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Castellanos in motion. Bubble screen to Castellanos. And he is going to be hit immediately as he catches the ball. And that's going to be Carlos Espinosa fighting off a block and making the tackle.
Well, that's the guy we just talked about causing the big play on the kickoff, who had the big hit and the fumble cause last week on the kickoff. He's from a long line of great Weslaco East athletes. It's just the two above him are girls. His two sisters are great power lifters. Olivia, a couple-time state champion. So athletic ability runs in the family.
So 2nd down and 8 after a 2-yard pickup on that bubble screen. 3 receivers to the top of your screen. Play action. Ramirez looking to his left. He's got a receiver, but the ball is short, and that ball is incomplete. It is in the direction of Ethan Martinez, but again, just a little underthrown.
Yeah, and out there again on coverage, number 33, Mikey Gonzalez. You know, we talked about dating yourself. I coached his dad, too.
So that incomplete pass is gonna bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals. 3 receivers to the top of the screen, 1 to the bottom of your screen. Jaime Galvan is the receiver at the bottom of the screen. Castellanos in the backfield. Play action. Ramirez looks to his right. It is caught by the receiver at the 45-yard line, but is brought down quickly, and that's going to be way shy of a 1st down.
Jaime Banuelos out there, great speed, tackling in space. We saw what kind of agility he had on that trick play that kind of got called back. But great job tackling in open ground. Hardest thing to do in football is tackle in open field.
Yeah, Wally with the reception for the Cardinals, but just couldn't shake off the Wildcat defenders. So that'll bring up another 4th down situation for the Cardinals. And Daniel Ramirez on the punt for the 3rd time tonight. Ramsey Vasquez back deep to return this one. This punt's going to be fielded at the 18 by Ramsey. He's going to run up the field. He's got some running room, breaks a few tackles, and gets to the 30-yard line. Ramsey, with a little move, is able to split the defenders and pick up 12 yards on that return.
Well, you know, the kids call that jukes. Coach, Ramsey's got jukes. But, you know, he actually shook a guy back there that got up. You know, we used to call it breaking an ankle. He had that guy diving for air and nothing there. And here we go with 5 minutes to go and a half, Joe. This is perfect drive time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, if the Wildcats can put together a drive that erases a lot of that clock and put the ball in the end zone, they get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Yeah, they deferred, so they're going to get to receive. So you want to squeeze the ball. You want to see Harlingen's been on the sideline. Let's see what kind of adjustments they've made.
So Carrasco in at fullback. Derek Ibarra, the tailback. Handoff is to Derek off the left tackle. He's going to get across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That's going to be about a 3-yard pickup. They're going to say 2 yards, so that's going to be a 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats. Clock ticking under 5 minutes to go here in the 1st half.
You know, Joe, I hope everybody out there in K-West land's enjoying the beautiful pictures being taken by the photographer extraordinaire, our buddy Vinny Berry, here in Harlingen, Texas. Weslaco East is rolling with a 14-7 lead against the Cardinals.
I formation again for the Wildcats. Bones at the bottom of your screen. Hard count from Lefevre. Timeout taken by Weslaco East. Coach, we were talking about Weslaco East needing pretty much to put together a sustainable drive to bring the clock down, but more importantly, to put points on the board because they're going to get the ball to start the 2nd half.
Well, yeah, you know, right now, you want to go in at halftime for sure up by 7. So you don't want to do anything silly.
Right.
Okay? You want to score if you can score, but you don't want to give Harlingen the ball if you don't have to. Now, if you score real quick, you'll take the 7, you go play defense. Coach Guzman's defense has done a great job tonight. They've given up one 10-yard play following a turnover. So you can't put those points on the defense, I don't think.
No, not at all, because that, of course, came off of a turnover and a great return from the guy that intercepted the ball, Nathan Martinez. But nonetheless, the Wildcats with the football are back on the field. 2nd down and 8. Ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. Little change in offensive formation. Randy Cardoza is in at running back. Stacked receivers to both sides of the field. Lefevre under center. He's going to keep the ball, and they're going to send a spy up to make the tackle. Lefevre is going to lean forward for about 3 yards. But I have to say that Marco San Miguel is being placed out there to keep an eye on Richard Lefevre.
Well, the formation Coach Burgett got in had double receivers stacked very wide, trying to get 4 of the defenders moved out of the what they call the bubble, okay? And then you've got room, and you hope you can block each one guy, and then Richard's got one. But like you said, I believe that guy's running a little bit of a spy action on him.
So here we go. We still have the stacked receivers out to both sides of the football field. This time, Richard is not under center. And, of course, he's got in the backfield with him Randy Cardosa. Randy will stay to block. There is pressure, and he gets rid of the football. And it is incomplete.
Yeah, you know, he's not out of the pocket. I'm kind of half surprised. There may still end up being a flag.
Well, there's some discussion there in the backfield, and now the flag does come out.
Yeah, you know, there's definite rules in football. If you're in the pocket, bite it, or throw it at somebody's feet. There was nobody whose feet you could get it to. If you're outside the pocket, then you can throw it away. Well, he wasn't outside the pocket, so with 3:30 to go, they're going to have to punt the ball and play defense. And last week, the punt, or is it going to be third? No, it's fourth down.
No, it's fourth down because in intentional grounds, they lost it down. Yeah. So that'll bring up a fourth down, and Lefevre is on to punt for the Wildcats. Back deep is Nathan Martinez. Punt is away, and it's a good one. Martinez is retrieving all the way back to the 33-yard line to catch this one, and he is going to be met and dropped at the 35-yard line. Back there defensively for your Wildcats, Felix Vargas, excuse me.
Yeah, well, Jaime Banuelos is the guy that actually made the tackle, but it looks like there's an injured Wildcat on the play, kind of came over the pile. Joe, while he's down, you want to take a quick timeout?
We'll take a timeout as well. With 3:20 to go here in the first half, it is your Weslaco Wildcats 14. The Harlingen Cardinals 7. We'll be back with second half action from J. Louis Bogue Stadium here in Harlingen.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Louis Bogue Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. We've got 3:20 to go here in the first half. It is your Weslaco Wildcats 14, the Harlingen Cardinals 7. They've got the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. We've got a different quarterback in for the Cardinals. It's going to be Jaime Galvan. Galvan takes it, and he's going to keep it right up the middle. Gets across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 9, maybe 8 where they spot it. Yeah, they're going to spot it at the 44, so it's going to be a pickup of 9, 2nd and 1. That one was a run all the way.
Yeah, that's a Wildcat situation. Actually, number 5, the regular quarterback, was out here playing wideout, as he is again right here at the bottom of your screen.
So here we go, 2nd and 1. Galvan in at quarterback. Sets a guy in motion. This time he's going to keep the ball again, looking for some running room out to the 45-yard line, and is hit hard at the 46 by a host of Wildcats.
Yeah, that's a planned formation. You know, I guess it's kind of funny to say that the Cardinals are running the Wildcat right now, but that's what they're doing. They have a different kid in running quarterback, but the quarterback now is playing quarterback with the other kid. So they're both back there now.
No, the quarterback, Galvan is, Ramirez is split to the right. So high is the snap. Galvan brings it down, and he's going to be hit hard after a 1-yard pickup.
So let's go Freddie, Mikey, Carlos. I think you probably had Demas involved in there again. And you're not going to want to run it up in there a whole bunch of times. Probably had Bonda in the area. You had the Torres, Robert Torres. You probably had Fernando Garza, or you had Gerald, whichever one's in the game right now.
Well, they're back to the regular formation, Coach. Here we go. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Galvan at running back. Jesus Galvan, that is. Ramirez rolling to his right. Has pressure. Ball is in the air, and it is incomplete. Jaime Galvan is the intended receiver, the young man that had been running the Wildcat quarterback position. Couldn't hold on to that, so the ball goes in and out of his hands. bringing up a 3rd down and 9 with 1:38 to go here in the first half.
You know, the way he was getting hit running that ball, I'm wondering if you heard footsteps. You had Almedrano over there. You had Dimas Alvarez closing in. He may not have really concentrated on that ball.
3rd down and 9. Ramirez play action, drops back, has some time. Ball is in the air, and it is caught at about the 43-yard line by Ethan Martinez, and that's going to be enough for a Cardinal first down. But more importantly, that ball went, the receiver caught that ball and went out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:32 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, you don't want to give up anything silly with 1:32 to go, but you can't let them catch the ball right on the chain.
So 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the 43-yard line inside Wildcat territory. Handoff is to Galvan, and he is met behind the line of scrimmage. And a name that we called many times last week, Jacob Banda.
You know, I wonder sometimes if they look at film and go, okay, somebody needs to block 55. Because, you know, the last couple of weeks, it acts like that nobody remembers they're supposed to block 55. Jacob doing a great job. He's another legacy. His older brother, Jonathan, was a great player for the Wildcats.
1:03 to go here in the second quarter. You've got Jesus Galvan in the backfield with the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. Little bit of a confusion there. Play action, Ramirez rolls to his right. Has some time. Now he's got pressure. Ball is going to the middle of the field, but that ball is not caught. Ethan Martinez just could not hang on to the ball, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down situation.
That's not where he wanted to go with that ball. He made a play fake, and then they tried to sneak the running back out the backside. Good job by Jaime Banuelos in the secondary of the Wildcats. Freddie got underneath that pass and made him pay for trying to catch it over the middle. With 46 seconds to go, it's 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Ramirez, the quarterback. Galvan, Jesus in the backfield. They're going to send the other Galvan in motion to the middle of the field. Pressure. Now he is running Ramirez, and he is brought down by number 48, Robert Vera, I believe that is.
Yeah, Robert Vetta did a good job of coming late. He had nobody to get in coverage for. Saw the quarterback taking off. And you know what? As a coach, I used to always harp, tuck your shirt in, tuck your shirt in, tuck your shirt in. And you say, why? What difference does it make? He just got tackled by the tail of his shirt.
That is absolutely right, Coach. Vera comes across, reaches out, grabs the tail of his shirt, and brings him down. And they're going to be content to take this one into the half, trailing by 7 with a 4th down situation that they are facing right now. So the clock has just reached 0. The horn has sounded, so we are officially at the half. And at the half, the score is your Weslaco East Wildcats 14, the Harlingen Cardinals 7. Weslaco East did defer, so they will have the ball to begin the second half. We'll be back with second half action.
Wait a minute. Something's going on. Neither team has left the field.
They just put 1 second on the clock.
That's why.
Weslaco
East is saying, okay, you punt the ball in this situation. Now, if Harlingen's smart, they catch the punt snap or they kneel it or whatever. But if they're not, they get in punt formation. Weslaco East can send 11 guys to block.
Yes. So here we go. Timeout called by the Wildcats with 1 second left on the clock.
Yeah, and everything you said about being the East will get the ball in the second half, and it's 14-7.
We'll repeat that in a little bit.
Yeah. that all will be under the ditto section of the commentary.
Because the clock actually wound down all the way to 0.
Yeah, I saw that, but then I looked back, and both teams were still on the field. You're like in your head going, okay, something's up. Let's see if Harlingen knows, yeah, they got the quarterback in. They're just going to snap it, I'm guessing, and kneel it. But he might throw it up for grabs. Who knows?
We'll see what happens. 1 second left on the clock, so this will be the last play of the first half, barring any kind of penalty.
Well, Coach Brigette sees them in an offensive formation, so, really all you want to do is play a soft coverage back there. And
just don't let them get behind you.
Yeah, but, the Stanford Cardinal band started that toss the ball, toss the ball. You see it in the NFL. You see it on college football. With low time in the half, I pass it out to the flat. He runs a little bit and then throws it back, and you try to get people on different parts of the field. some teams use that as a conditioning, like in the summer and stuff. So you've got to be aware of all of that.
And the neat thing that we would love to see happen is a Wildcat jump in front of that, intercept it, and take it back to the house.
You know, I just may be old school. I just may understand the odds of things. I would do one of two things. I'd step back and throw a Hail Mary to the end zone because the odds are it's going to get batted around. It's not going to get returned 110 yards. Or I kneel it and go in down 14-7. I'm not going to try to do anything that Wesco East can make it 21-7.
So they're going to send one receiver wide to the right. That is Ryan Wally. Two receivers to the left. Ramirez, the quarterback. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to do exactly what you just said, a Hail Mary to the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted by Banuelos, but the momentum is going to take him down to the ground. But nonetheless, the clock has expired, so nothing doing after that other than to pad your stats. We have played 2 quarters here at J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. And at the end of 2 quarters, we go into halftime with your Weslaco East Wildcats leading by a score of 14-7. We'll be back with all of the second half action right here on K-West.
In this game, you need the desire, the hunger, the will to win.
It's so hard that not
This is what drives you to finish,
Pedraza goes untouched into the end zone.
to dominate. When it's one-on-one on this field, the one with more heart, the one with true will, one who simply refuses to lose, will be victorious. East side, strong side.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. We are just seconds away from the second half kickoff. Your Weslaco East Wildcats lead the Harlingen Cardinals 14-7. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell. Coach, it's been a great game thus far.
Yeah, and when you go in at halftime, if you're Harlingen, you've got to be sitting down as a defense and say, okay, how do we adjust to stop the Wildcats? Because the Wildcats stopped themselves once, but other than that, they were totally dominant in the first half offensively.
Yeah, they moved the ball well. They hung on to the ball, kept the ball away from the Harlingen Cardinals. But even when the Harlingen Cardinals had the football, the Weslaco East Wildcats were able to stop and keep the Cardinals from putting together any sustainable drives. The only score they had was off of a interception that began or that started them off at the Wildcat 10-yard line, and the very next play they scored from 10 yards out. But other than that, they have not really put together any offense tonight.
Right, and I don't know how you make an adjustment like we talked about in the first half when you're getting physically manhandled. They're late in the first half. They kind of started running a spy on Richard Lefebvre. That might be one thing they do, but you can't really load the box up because East is capable of getting the edge, and East is capable of throwing the ball and hurting you. So it'll be interesting to see what Manny Gomez dials up here on this first drive of the second half to try to take some of the spirit away from the Wildcats.
Yeah, you talked about beating them on the edge, but we've also had a couple of post catches made by Alvaro Medrano and Ramsey Vasquez. So not only will they beat you at the edge, they can beat you in the middle as well.
Yes, that's true. And you know, kicking off this direction, the ball's been going to the end zone. Let's see if this guy can kick it to the end zone. I don't know if he can. It's number 82, Luis Garcia, kicking off for Harlingen.
Yeah, we've got 3 men deep for your Wildcats. Ramsey Vasquez, Bones is back there, and I can't see the middleman, but nonetheless, we got 3 Wildcats back there ready to return this one. It's kicked in the direction of Ramsey, and he's going to field this one at the 7-yard line, looking for some blockers. He's got a few blockers. He's out to the 25, 30-yard line. I'm not sure if he reached the 30-yard line, but he was getting pretty close there. They're going to say he's down at the 28.
Yeah, back there, I think the other guy back there was Derek Ibarra, the birthday boy. Let's see if that was him back there with them. He's getting a lot of the carries. I understand Josh Gonzalez, who was getting a lot of the carries last week, has a little bit of a high ankle sprain. Coach Brigette never making an excuse, said they're missing a few guys tonight that'll either be back in the fold next week. So they were just hoping to get through this one with what they had. He said they were about 9 guys short, Joe.
Well, we are about to start the second half offensively for the Wildcats. They start off at their own 28-yard line. 3 receivers left, one to the right. Lefevre with a lot of time in the direction of Banuelos, but that ball is incomplete. Greatly defended by the Cardinals, Justin Munives.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure back there with Richard, but if you'll think back, Joe, that's exactly the way we started the ball game. A pass to Banuelos up the seam.
So incomplete pass to start the second half. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. They are up 14-7 here to begin the second half. Same offensive formation. Lefevre looking to the sideline. In the backfield, Randy Cardosa fakes the handoff, stays to block. Banuelos just could not hang on to that one.
Yeah, if he comes down with that clean, we're looking at 3rd and about 2 or 3, and it's going to end up being 3rd and 10. He just didn't come down with that clean. Also, the defense for Harlingen almost got their hands on that one.
Yeah, because that one was almost caught, but as you mentioned, didn't come down with it clean. Therefore, it was up in the air for just about a second, which almost landed into the hands of a Harlingen Cardinal. So once again, we see the same offensive formation. 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. They are sending 5 to the Cardinals. Ball is in the direction of Hector Sainz, and he just can't hold on to that one.
Well, here's a problem when you throw on 3 straight downs. A kickoff return and 3 plays, and only 27 seconds has gone off the clock here in the second half. That is not what you call Wildcat football. Of course, you have 2 plays that if you wanted to keep stats, you could call drops. I'm not going to say they were, but you could call them that if you wanted to, and that puts you in punt formation. And Harlingen got what they wanted on this opening drive.
That they did, forcing the Wildcats to punt. Richard Lefevre back on to punt. Snap is a little high. He's able to get it away. Nathan Martinez is back for the Cardinals to return this one. He's going to let it fall in front of him. Takes a Wildcat bounce. Goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And that's where the Harlingen Cardinals will begin offense for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, that was a pretty good punt over here to the edge, but you let Harlingen start their first drive at the 40-yard line. I think that was marked, actually. It should have been the 39, but 1 yard is 1 yard. Here we go, first down. Let's see what Harlingen has on the offensive side.
Harlingen bringing out their offense onto the field for the first time here in the second half. 11:23 to go. Less than 1 minute has expired off the clock, and a kickoff and 3 plays for the Wildcats. Castellanos in motion, fakes the handoff. Ramirez does the quarterback. He's going to keep it. He's still on his feet past the 50-yard line into Wildcat territory. Dropped at about the 46-yard line. They're going to say that he was dropped in the field of play, so the clock will continue to move. The chains do move as well, and the ball is going to be resting at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. This time they flip the offensive formation. They actually have 4 receivers to the top of your screen. Ramirez, the quarterback, looks, draw. He's going to run. He's at the 40, still on his feet, breaks it outside to the 35, and he's brought down by Dimas Alvarez.
Yeah, the Wildcats are just getting beat inside right now. Harlingen is getting in a formation that's forcing them to remove defenders to cover them all up. They got 5 out, and now it's 5 linemen on linebackers and D linemen. They just went back to a 4-man line. Let's see if that changes things.
So here we go. This time they're going to flip that offensive formation and move the 4 receivers out to the bottom of your screen. 1 split wide to the right, to the top of your screen. Ramirez, the quarterback, gets the ball out into the hands of Castellanos. Castellanos looking for some blocking. Shakes a tackle, still on his feet. Knocked out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They're going to say the 27-yard line, and that's going to be a pickup of 7, bringing up a second down and 3.
So Harlingen has decided that they're going to let their running game be the quarterback and the quick passes to the outside where they have numbers. Now, I'm finding a hard time finding that that's a legal formation. There should be one more guy on the line of scrimmage.
That is absolutely correct. You are right, Coach. Ramirez in motion to the left, finds a receiver. Ethan Martinez on the run, catches the ball, runs out of bounds, right about the 20-yard line, and that's another first down for the Cardinals.
Yeah, usually you have the tight end and the next receiver on. Well, maybe that's legal if both outside guys are on the line. They're going to have 3 to the right and 2 to the left.
Well, you've got the outside guys on the line, so that looks like it is a legal offensive formation. So the quarterback looking out to the sideline to see if there is going to be a change of plays. Play clock is down to 8. Cardinals are set. Snap is on its way. Ramirez, quarterback draw, looking for some running room inside the 20 to the 15. And that's where they're going to mark this one.
Yeah, somebody, they started spying Richard Lefevre there in the first half. Looks like the Wildcats may have to spy this quarterback a little bit because right now he's doing that number count. If there's 6 or less in the box, we're going to run it up in there with me running the ball. If not, I'll throw it to the edge where they don't have everyone covered.
Robert Torres doing a good job stopping the quarterback on that play. 5 yards on the run for the quarterback, Ramirez. 2nd and 5. Fakes the handoff, runs out to his left side. Nowhere to go. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, I think Gerald Garza did a nice job out there at his defensive end spot of not buying into that play fake, staying home and playing the quarterback. Looks like somebody wants a timeout, or is there an injury on the field?
Yeah, we have a timeout on the field, so we're going to take one along with them. We've got 9:23 to go here in the third. Wildcats hanging on to their lead. They are on top of the Harlingen Cardinals by a score of 14-7. We'll be right back with more third quarter action from J. Lewis Bogus Stadium.
Before Rene Hinojosa became a business executive, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL academics, designed the original Wildcats logo, was an all-state academic middle linebacker. He then played for the Longhorns, graduating with a business degree from UT. Now he's the Director of Strategic Development at Doctors Hospital at Renaissance. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Rene Hinojosa, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen, Texas. 9:12 to go here in the third quarter. Your Wildcats leading the Harlingen Cardinals 14-7. Harlingen with the ball, 3rd down. Quarterback Ramirez rolling out to his right, looking for a receiver. Still on his feet, he's got some pressure, and he's dropped for a sack. A loss of about 6, maybe 7 yards on that play.
Fernando Garza, number 90. You had, I believe, 97 coming from the inside. Is Harlingen going to get in a field goal formation? Let's see. Well, looks like they are.
Well, they are marking the ball at the 19. It looked like he was dropped at about the 22-23 yard line. So with the ball spotted at the 19, this is going to make it about a 36-yard field goal. So on to attempt a field goal is Jacob Garza. 36-yard field goal is on its way. Plenty long and is good. So that was a 36-yard field goal with 8:20 to go here in the third quarter. The Cardinals cutting into that lead, trailing by a score of 14-7. Coach?
That's a win for the defense. You go out there in a bad situation, you keep them out of the end zone, you hold them to a field goal. Okay, offense, you had your 3 plays to go out there and see what was going on. It's time to get back out there and get to work. Maybe burn some clock, move, get some scores on the board, but the Wildcats are still up 14-10.
Well, they started off the second half with 3 quick pass plays. We'll see how they start this second offensive series. We've seen them mix up the ball here tonight. Good amount of passing, good amount of running. You know, we've seen a lot of different offensive formations. We've seen stacked receivers. We've seen an I formation. We've seen a power I formation out of the Wildcats on offense tonight.
Yeah, you've seen a little bit of everything. But that last drive, we went to double receivers on each side and went to 3 passes. 2 of them I thought were catchable. But that's why you play the game. You come out, you make adjustments, you get warmed up, and here we go.
On the kick is Luis Garcia. The kick is on its way again in the direction of Ramsey Vasquez. He's going to field this one at the 9. Not cleanly. Picks it up looking for some running room, and there is none, but he brings it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will begin their next offensive series here in the third quarter. We've got 8:14 to go. They are still up by a score of 14-10.
Yeah, he was fortunate. He kind of bobbled that ball. I think he was looking for a return lane and not really securing the ball first. But you know what? It's okay to start on the 20. That you can drive 80 yards if you'll just get back to dominating the line of scrimmage like you were earlier in the ball game.
So here come the Wildcats back onto the field for the second time here in the third quarter. Derek Ibarra, along with Randy Cardosa, are going to be your running backs here to begin the second offensive series. Actually, they're going to be in a power I formation along with Jacob Carrasco. Power I formation, handoff is to Ibarra, looking to run between the tackles. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, not much there, but they went to a tight end set with 3 backs, Richard Lefevre and Hector Sainz playing the wideout, but Coach Burgett says, no, let's get back in doubles and see what they give us.
So we're going to have a change of personnel here for the Wildcats, and as you just mentioned, Coach, doubles. Looks like they're going to stack the receivers on each end. Again, this is a formation we've seen from both on both ball clubs.
It's a chess match right now.
Cardosa in the backfield. Play action. Lefevre looking for a receiver. He's going to let it go deep in the direction of Banuelos. He catches it on the run, and he is all alone going to the end zone, and that is going to be a 78-yard catch and run for the Wildcats. Lefevre hangs it up in the air. Banuelos runs underneath it, catches it in stride, and takes it to the house.
What a great job by the offensive line and the blocking. And Jaime Banuelos, people say, you don't know this, but he might be the fastest guy on the team. Everybody thought it was JC, but even JC, I think, before the injury would tell you it might be Jaime.
Chucky on for the extra point. Great snap. The hold, a little bit of trouble there with Mikey, and the kick is short, so it's no good. Extra point is no good, so with 7:25 to go here in the third quarter, it is now your Weslaco East Wildcats 20, the Harlingen Cardinals 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure that snap was sound, and I'm not making any excuses, but I think the guy snapping the ball was Jaime Banuelos.
He might still be sucking wind.
Yeah, I'm not positive. They have a couple other guys that snap, but he's generally one of their snappers. Mikey's generally one of their best holders, but you know what? We were looking for ball control, and we got an explosion. 10-point lead here with 7:25 to go in the second half, and kick it deep and get Coach Guzman's group out there playing defense, and let's see what happens.
Well, they're going to send back deep Armando Gonzalez along with Jesus Galvan to return this one. I'm sorry, it's going to be Jaime Galvan and Jesus Galvan back to return for the Cardinals. Chucky, of course, kicks extra points, and he also is the kicker on the kickoff team. So he is back on, unlike the Cardinals, who interchange their field goal kicker and their kickoff guy.
Yeah, maybe the kickoff guy's got a little more power, not as directionally sound. You see that in the NFL a lot.
Yeah, we were talking about kickers and punters during dinner tonight before the game, and you were talking about accuracy.
Yeah, some punters kick off in the NFL in the college level. Sometimes it's not the same guy. Here's the kick from Chucky, and it's deep.
In the direction of Galvan. He's going to take it about the 2. Looking for some blockers. Going to cut it outside and going to be dropped at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, great coverage. The Wildcat coverage team has done a good job all year. Once again, I think number 26 was involved out there, Carlos Espinoza, and I see number 22, Jose Serna, running off real excited like maybe he got in on that play. Good job by the coverage team. In the last series, Joe, Coach Guzman went from a 3-man defensive line to 4. Let's see which group they have on the field now, and it looks like it's a 3-man line.
Yeah, it looks like they've got another 3-man line on the field. You're going to have Ralph Castellanos in the backfield with the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. 3 receivers in tight on the left. They're going to send Martinez in motion to the right. Now he's going to snap at the slot. Ramirez can't hold on to the ball when he's trying to fake the play action. Now he's looking for a receiver in trouble. He's going to find Martinez in the middle of the field. And a great job there by the quarterback, Ramirez, to elude the pressure and find Martinez in the middle of the field. Great job there by the Weslaco East Wildcat defense to bring him down quickly after the catch.
Yeah, he sprinted out a little bit to his right. He didn't actually have control of the ball when he started the play. Did a good job of avoiding people. How he found the guy open. They say never throw back down the middle of the field. He did, and it worked.
So they're going to move the sticks. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Play action. Going deep. Ramsey back there. And Ramsey just can't hang on to that interception. But there is a flag on the play.
Hey.
And that's going to be against the Wildcats.
Yeah, when you don't look back as a secondary player, you're going to get caught for interference, because when the receiver looks back and slows down, you're going to run into him because you don't know that the ball's almost there. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be a 1st down. That's pass interference, Wildcats.
So that's going to move the chains once again for the Cardinals. So they're going to convert 2 first downs here to begin this second offensive series here in the 3rd quarter. So the yardage is being marked off, and it's going to be spotted at the 49-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will continue this drive, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you know, people watch too much NFL football. They think that should be a spot foul. High school and college, that is not a spot foul.
Ramirez with an empty backfield. Looking to his left. Ball is thrown quickly. It is caught. Breaks a tackle. And he's still on his feet. Now it's a foot race to the end zone, and Ramsey brings him down. Joe Reyna with a great catch there from the pass of the quarterback, able to shake a few tackles, stay on his feet, get inside to the 20-yard line. Ramsey knocking him out of bounds, but the chains will be moved again for the Cardinals.
You know, right now it's like the secondary of the Wildcats is a little bit tentative. I thought there was a chance to break on that ball. It was in the air a long time. But when you go to a 3-man line, you're not going to get a whole lot of pressure.
Castellanos in to stay to block for the quarterback, Ramirez. Pressure. Ramirez breaks the tackle, and again, 55 is the man bringing him down.
Yeah, the 55 brought him down, but he gained about 3 yards. You want to catch him back here for a loss. But once again, when you're only rushing 3, you create holes for the quarterback to get out of trouble.
Well, there was some pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to cut up out of the pocket and run. But, of course, big number 55, the guy that we talk about a lot each and every week, Jacob Banda, securing the tackle. So he picks up about 3 yards and brings up a 2nd and 7, empty backfield for Ramirez. Quick draw of the quarterback. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's free in the middle of the field, and he's dropped inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Cardinals.
Yeah, they pulled the right tackle up inside the hole. Actually, the hole was plugged by one of the linebackers. He bounces it out to the outside, and it's going to be 1st and goal. And let's see if Harlingen changed personnel. Looks like they may be going to a heavier set. I'm not sure.
Looks like they brought a couple of big men onto the field, or maybe just bringing on some fresh legs to the field. So 1st and goal from the 2-yard line for the Cardinals. Jaime Galvan in the backfield as the Wildcat quarterback. We've seen him run with the ball. That's all we've seen him do. And we see him run with the ball again, and he's going to get into the end zone for the Cardinals. Jaime Galvan with the touchdown for the Cardinals to cut into this Wildcat lead. 16-20 is your score, pending the point after.
And in the kick will be again number 85. Remember, the missed field goal by Weslaco East could come into play here.
So the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So we've got 5:17 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and it is the Harlingen Cardinals 17, your Weslaco East Wildcats 20. Coach, the Wildcats allowed a touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it was 14-7 at halftime. We've already seen 2 touchdowns and a field goal scored in this half.
Yeah.
So both teams made some adjustments offensively that seemed to have worked. Both teams defensively, I'm sure, are talking about what happened. I know Harlingen thinks we had them all stacked up there against the run, and they hit you for a 78-yard pass. Now, do you try to balance it up? Does East come back and try to reestablish the run? We haven't seen toss sweep out of Derek Ibarra in a while. Maybe we go back to that formation and take a look at that.
Yeah, that's one of the plays we haven't seen. You're absolutely correct, Coach. We saw that a lot in the first half. We saw that it was effective. Maybe that's something we see here on this next offensive series. So on the kick for the Cardinals is Luis Garcia back deep, Ramsey Vasquez, Derek Ibarra, and Hector Sainz. Kick is away, once again in direction of Ramsey. Take it at the 9. This time he fields it cleanly. Looking for some running room. He's going to bounce this one out to his left, or at least try to, but he slips up at the 25-yard line, maybe the 24, and that's where the Weslaco Wildcats will begin this next offensive series.
Yeah, I thought he had a little room over here to the return left to the bottom of your screen, but he kind of lost footing. But you know what? Again, the 24, 25-yard line is an okay place to start. You got 5 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third period. Let's get on a roll here, Wildcats.
So here we go, the Wildcats running onto the field after a quick chat with head coach Mike Burgett. They're going to come out with the power I formation. Randy Cardosa, Jacob Carrasco, Derek Ibarra. There goes the toss sweep to Ibarra. Ibarra is going to be hit when he gets to about the 25-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of only 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, but you still got to try to reestablish the run here. In this half, East has basically thrown the ball, and that's it.
Yeah. You were looking for that toss sweep. There it is, Coach. 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Stack receivers on both sides of the field. Lefevre looking for a receiver. And that one almost caught by Alvaro Medrano. He catches that one, and Coach, and that one's 6 points.
Yeah, number 34, Jaden Joe Wright for Harlingen, does a good job of getting underneath that slant. Richard had pretty much a clean pocket back there, but you got 3rd and long, and again, the clock stopped here in the third period.
Yeah, you talked about that after the first offensive series, that all that time that came off the clock was a matter of maybe 43 seconds. We hadn't even run a full minute of ball game with a return and 3 offensive plays.
In the first half, it was ball control, ball control, ball control.
So here we go. Lefevre, play action. He's got some pressure, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage, and it's a sack for the Cardinal defense.
Yeah, you can't leave Richard back there and take a beating. You know, he's your quarterback, he's your punter, and right now your offense is sputtering, and you're going to have to get over here on the bench and find something to hang your hat back on, because Harlingen right now has got the Wildcat defense a little bit off balance with the quarterback run and the outside pass.
Cameron Anderson with the sack for the Cardinals. Nathan Martinez back deep to return the punt from Richard Lefevre. Punt is off to the right side, and it's not going to be a deep one. This one's going to be marked inside Wildcat territory. We'll see where they officially spot this one. They're still walking this off to the 41-yard line of the Wildcats. Short field for the Cardinals here on this next offensive series. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they definitely don't want Harlingen to get a return, but you don't want to give them the ball right here in the 40-yard line. Harlingen came out last time and went multiple receiver sets and had a lot of success. Let's see if they come out and try to follow that up.
Well, this time they're not going to have multiple receivers set. They're going to bring in a tight formation. They're going to have Ralph Castellanos in the backfield with the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. They're going to send number 19 in motion, and he's going to throw the football, and it's in the direction of Ryan Wally, but he could not hang on to that. A little razzle-dazzle from the Cardinals there.
Yeah, you knew something was happening when the quarterback did a full pirouette to hand the ball off. He had to make sure he handed that backwards so that young man wasn't the second recipient of a pass. and he's left-handed, so you need to store that in the memory banks. Number 19 is left-handed.
Yeah, that we're going to have to remember, but that's the guy that comes in for the Wildcat. Jaime Galvan is his name. So 4 receivers wide to the left, and they're going to bring Castellanos in motion. Now he's lined up in the backfield with Ramirez. Snap, play action, stays in the block. Ramirez looking for a receiver. It's in and out of the hands of Ethan Martinez.
I think Freddie Cardenas and Mikey Gonzalez were there in the area. That ball almost got tipped around and intercepted. The safety's going to have to keep his head on a swivel. It's 3rd and 10. Let's see if the Wildcats can get off the field here. Good screen drawdown, though, here.
That it is. So here we go. 3rd down and 10 for the Cardinals. Castellanos in the backfield. Martinez in motion. They got 2 men in motion. Now I think they're going to set a different formation. So here we go. Now they are set. Looking for a receiver is Ramirez. Throws the ball in the direction of Joe Reyna, and they're going to say that he caught it. And that's going to be at the 27-yard line, and that's enough for a Cardinal first down. 3rd and 10, and they convert, Coach.
Yeah, that's pretty soft out there on the corner. That's not like the Wildcat secondary. Yeah, you don't want to get beat deep, but they're not trying to beat you deep. They're trying to get 10 yards to move the chains, and they did.
So the Cardinals pick up another first down, 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 27-yard line. Empty backfield for Ramirez. Castellanos in motion. Ball is snapped low, and big Jacob Banda is huffing down the neck of the quarterback, so he decides that he's just going to fall on it.
Well, that's a smart play by a quarterback there, because if he tries to do something silly and that Jacob hits him when he's not looking, knocks that ball free, and then we're in a turnover situation, which would have been a great thing for the Wildcats, but 2nd and about 20 is also a great thing.
That definitely is, and they're going to say the ball is going to be spotted at the 34-yard line. Ramirez looking to roll right, and he does. Looking for a receiver. He finds one. It is caught by Jaime Galvan, and he's going to be brought down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, right now the Harlingen Cardinals are finding their way through the air. Now, I'm seeing big people come in the field. It's going to be inside the 10-yard line. So I saw at least one big one come in and one small one go out. On their last series down inside here, they ran a 3-man kind of a wishbone look down in there. Looks like they're going to be something similar to that.
Yeah, they're going to do the same thing again. They got Jaime Galvan in at quarterback, and he's done nothing but run with the football, and he continues to do the same thing, looking for some blockers, but the ball is on the ground, and it's recovered by your Weslaco Wildcat, Robert Torres, with the fumble recovery.
Yeah, I would love to give credit. I know Vinny will run this back on a replay, and you'll get to see who caused the fumble. Maybe we can pick it up on the big screen, but that's the play the Wildcat defense needed. Now the Wildcat offense, who hasn't had much success other than a 78-yard pass to Jaime Banuelos, has not established anything in this half. Let's see if they can now with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd period.
Well, the defense doing a great job producing a turnover. Wildcats with the ball at their own 5-yard line. We've got 2:01 to go in the 3rd. The Wildcats lead this one by a score of 20-17. You're enjoying Wildcat football right here on KWS. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell. 1st and 10 after a fumble recovery by the Wildcats. Richard Lefevre under center, I formation. Derek Ibarra is the tailback. Lefevre looking over the defense. He's going to keep it off to the right side. He's going to fall forward, and Lefevre is going to pick up 2 yards just by falling forward.
Well, they're just trying to get some breathing room there, and I think they would like to see the 3rd quarter go away, Joe. And we're at 1:45 right now. You get 40 seconds for play. If we can get one first down, we can make the 3rd quarter go away.
So here we go, 2nd down and 8 for your Wildcats. Same I formation. Jacob Carrasco, the fullback. They're going to toss it to Derek. Derek breaks a tackle, gets out to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, somebody shot through there from the Cardinal defense and got there before Derek was ready to make a move. It's going to be 3rd down and about 5, I think.
6, because they're going to say that his knee touched at the 9, so that's where they're going to spot the ball. So 3rd down and 6 for the Wildcats. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Your Wildcats hanging on to a 20-17 lead.
We're inside a minute, Joe, and the Wildcats breaking the huddle with 10 seconds on the play clock. Got to get this off. You don't want to take a delay game.
Lefevre takes a snap. Throws the ball. Caught on the sideline. Breaking a tackle. And there goes Alvaro Medrano out to the 40-yard line. I'm sorry, that's Bones.
Yeah, that's Hector Sines the third, the guy they call Trey, the one the teammates call Bones. What a jet. Richard Lefevre throws a rocket over there. The secondary from Harlingen goes for the interception and misses. And Trey Sines is down the field to about the 42-yard line. Joe, we're going to be able to get rid of the third quarter now.
Well, no, we've got 2-second differential from the play clock and the game clock, so they will have to take a snap here. And so here we go, Lefevre, quarterback keeper. He's looking for some running room. He's got some. He's out to midfield, knocking over Harlingen Cardinal defenders.
Well, this is the offense we saw in the first half. Hit a big play, run the ball, have some take the toss sweep, work all different people. Make Harlingen cover 100 yards long, 53 and a third side to side, and you got a chance, and it's the fourth period.
The clock has sounded to end the third quarter. We go to the fourth. Your Wildcats leading 20-17. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right here from J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen.
Before Clarissa Renteria was a dentist, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a cheerleader, played softball, and started college early through the dual enrollment program. She graduated from UTPA before earning her degree from the University of Texas School of Dentistry in Houston. Now she is Dr. Renteria, creating beautiful smiles at Professional Dental Group. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dr. Clarissa Renteria, WISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen. Wildcat football here on K-West. Second down and 2 after a big run from the quarterback, Richard Lefevre, and he's going to take off again across the 50 to the 45. He's knocking people over. He's running down all the way to the 41-yard line, and that is a Wildcat first down.
You know, when he decides to be a man, he makes people not want to tackle him. Last two games, we've seen the Richard Lefevre that I'm sure the Wildcat coaching staff, especially a big man over there named Jeff Lefevre, very happy to see.
So the chains will be moving for the Wildcats. They are inside Harlingen Cardinal territory at the 41-yard line as we begin play here in the fourth quarter. They lead 20-17, play action. Lefevre, ball is intercepted.
Number 34 undercuts the little stop route. That's Jaden Joe Wright. And the Wildcats have a turnover here following a great beginning of a drive out of their own area that was caused by a turnover.
Yeah, they did. They were able to move the ball from the 5 all the way inside to Cardinal territory, but turn the ball back over to the Cardinals. So the Cardinals will take over first and 10 from their own 35-yard line with 11:25 to go here in the ball game. Ramirez, the quarterback, empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, actually 4 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Snap. Looking to his left, now he's going to roll to his right. There is pressure. Gets rid of the ball. It is caught on the sideline at about the 46-yard line by Ethan Martinez.
Coverage by number 7, Dimas Alvarez out there. You know, the Wildcats have got to keep their heads up when they get to that 4 receiver set, and somebody, the defensive end on that side's got to keep him from sprinting out.
So that'll move the chains again for the Cardinals. First and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Once again, an empty backfield for the quarterback, Daniel Ramirez. Looking over the defense. Snap is away. It's a high one. Quarterback draw. Looking to run. Bounces to the outside across midfield. 45, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And that's exactly where they're going to spot this one. It's going to be 1 yard shy of a first down.
Yeah, the defensive end again. This time he gets caught wide. The quarterback gets underneath him. You may want to sit Freddie in there and spy him. I think he's a good enough athlete to chase him. 3-man line right now. They're opening up some holes. They need to get a pass rush on this guy with 4 receivers.
Once again, it is an empty backfield. Now they're going to bring Ralph Castellanos into the backfield with the quarterback. Play action. No, they're going to give it to Castellanos. Castellanos is going to try to wiggle his way through the line, but it looks like he's only going to get to the line of scrimmage and no more. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
You know, the defensive front for the Wildcats have done a great job against the traditional running game. The only running game Harlingen's been able to really muster is all quarterback run.
Yes.
Whether it be out of the Wildcat or with their regular guy number 5, here we go, and no back set again. Watch the quarterback run.
3rd down and 1, and you're absolutely correct on that call, Coach. He keeps the ball. He's inside the 40 to about the 35-yard line. Took a couple of hits, but was able to stay on his feet.
Well, he bounces off a couple of defenders, and right now he's running a little bit like Richard Lefevre was running here in the last series. It's going to be 1st down on about the 34-yard line, and Harlingen's on the move.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals from the 34-yard line. 10-11 to go here in the ball game. They're going to send 4 receivers to the left, and then they're going to bring Castellanos into the backfield. Ramirez, the quarterback, high snap, hands it off to Castellanos. Castellanos drops the ball, but he falls on it himself after a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, one of the defensive linemen for the Wildcats got his hand in there, knocked that ball loose. Let's see if we can tell who it is. I think it might be Robert Torres. And he's able to get on top of it, gain 2 yards, 2nd and 8. We're at 9:50 to go in the game, Joe, and right now Harlingen's got a little bit of momentum.
Yes, they're going to send 4 receivers to the left, empty backfield for Ramirez. Ramirez takes a snap, looks to his left, fakes to his left, now he's going to, to his right, now he's going to roll to his left. Ball is in and out of the hands of Ethan Martinez.
Hey, sorry, but Freddie Cardenas did a great job of making sure he wasn't able to catch that ball. And I see one of the things they're doing to help getting the quarterback outside the pocket is the 4th receiver is waiting when the defender for the Wildcats tries to widen, he's there to block him. So he's not crack backing on him, which would be illegal. He's waiting for him to come out. Let's watch number 1 here.
This time he's going to go back into the backfield with the quarterback, Ramirez, so it'll be 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Play action. Looking to his left is Ramirez. Got plenty of time. Now the pocket collapses, and he is down for a sack.
Great job. It'll be 4th down at about the 39-yard line. Let's see what Manny Gomez wants to do. I'm sorry, it's going to be about the 37, but you're out of field goal range, I got to believe, and I don't know what you gain from a punt, but it does look like they're changing personnel. No, maybe he's changed his mind. Let's see if we can get part of this, or if not all of it, with the offense. But isn't the quarterback the punter?
I was about to say that. You got to just be careful because the quarterback is the punter. So here comes that 4 receivers set to the left. He's going to roll to his left. Ball is in the air, and it is incomplete. Great job there by Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey Vasquez does a good job sitting back in his safety position, working up through the receiver, number 6, Joe Reyna, and knocked that ball loose. So turnover turns into a great defensive stand by the Wildcat defense and Coach Guzman. Let's look at those staff members, Joe. We're looking at Noel Villarreal. We're looking at Mike Gonzalez, looking at Danny Salinas, Josh Pedraza. You're looking at Coach Rene Guzman and Otway Perriman on that defensive staff doing a great job.
That they have, and remember they did a great job last week as well against Los Fresnos. So here we go, Weslaco East with the football with 8:45 to go here in the ball game. After a great stop, they are at their own 38-yard line. Lefevre is the quarterback. He's looking to his left. Ball is in the air. He is hit, so that ball is short.
Okay, so the last interception, Joe, was the number 34 there who's limping off to the side, got underneath the route. So they tried to double move, but they couldn't hold up. Richard gets hit as he tries to release the ball. Caught Harlingen in straight man that time, so it falls incomplete. We're at 8:40 to go in the game. The Wildcats really need to burn some time. It'd be great if they could get a score up here.
So here come the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage, but we have an official's timeout on the field. So here we go. Snap is on its way. Lefevre with the quarterback keeper. Arm tackles aren't going to hold them or bring them down. because he's going to take you with him. And he's going to pick up 4, maybe 5 yards on that one. Looks like 5. He'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
I'm hoping the Wildcat coaches are looking down there, and number 34 has done a great job tonight. Has been replaced by number 12, Aaron Reese. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's out here trying to play man on Jaime Banuelos, and that's a mismatch if they can take advantage of it. Looks like they're bringing a safety over to help.
They're bringing a safety over to help. Banuelos catches at midfield, and the safety that they brought in over to help made sure that Banuelos wasn't going to go anywhere. But a great job there by Banuelos to hang on to that football, and that'll move the change for the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's number 8, Ezra Rubio, who makes the tackle from a safety spot. But once again, you got number 12 out here, and that's a mismatch. Let's see, maybe we can get Bones over here to block him, get a toss sweep rolling at him, and see how number 12 handles being in a varsity football game.
Well, from the personnel that's on the field, looks like they may go to the power I formation, because that's what we've seen out of these guys on the field, and that's what they've got. You've got Carrasco, you've got Cardosa, and you've got Ibarra in the backfield. And here's a toss sweep to Ibarra, looking for some running room. He's across midfield into Harlingen territory to about the 47-yard line. Good for about 3 yards on that play.
Yeah, good physical run. They actually ran into the strength of the Harlingen defense and the short side of the formation, but he stays in bounds. The clock is rolling. We're at 7:19, and it's second about 7.
So the Wildcats line up, 2nd down and 7, power I formation. Lefevre under center. He's going to keep it, trying to move forward, and he's going to make a little twist move, and he's going to get out to about the 45-yard line, pickup of 2, bringing up a 3rd down and 5.
Well, when you look out there, Joe, you've got 2 guys kind of covering Bones out here, who is the lone receiver, and you have 9 guys from tackle to tackle in there trying to stop the run. Here come the Wildcats back into a multiple receiver set. I see a new receiver on the field, number 87, Daniel Posadas in the game. Here stacked behind Alvaro Medrano. No, he's in front.
He's in front of Ramsey. So here we go. Wildcats with the football. Quarterback keeper, Lefevre, 40, hurdles a guy inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Good tough running there by the quarterback, Richard Lefevre.
Well, there's the genius of Coach Mike Brigette. You know, you're having trouble. They got 9 guys inside the box, as we just said. Let's get 4 receivers in. Let's make them move some people out of that box. Let's get Richard a lead blocker, and here we go. First down.
And that lead blocker is Randy Cardosa. Tough young man, doing a great job blocking here tonight. So chains move, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball is resting at the 36-yard line, 6:03 to go here in the ball game. Stacked receivers to both sides of the field. Lefevre is going to keep it again. He's going to get inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. 3-yard pickup, bring up a 2nd and 7.
You know, right now, points are important. You want to get down here and you want to score. Clock is almost as important to points right now. You're at 5:40 to go, and you got the ball, and right now you kind of have the rhythm on your side. Let's see what Coach Brigette calls here.
5:30 to go in the ball game. 2nd down and 8 is what the scoreboard is telling us. Lefevre, the quarterback, Cardosa in the backfield. He stays in the block, but we've got a timeout called on the field by the Wildcats.
I think Coach Brigette had something called, and he saw number 12. He saw their secondary was up in a bump and run with help behind. Maybe wasn't the play he wanted. He got a timeout. Right now, you can't make any mistakes. You got 5:20 to go in the game. You're on the, what, Joe, 35-yard line?
34-yard line.
34-yard line. You've got the clock, the momentum, and I see Chucky over there warming up. You know, that extra point would have been nice because that would give you a 4-point lead. A field goal would make it 7. But I know the Wildcats are thinking touchdown right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. You get a touchdown and you make it a 2-possession game.
Right. But you kick another field goal.
You force them to have to score a touchdown.
Yes, but you can still lose in 1 possession.
You can.
Yes.
But
the way the defense is going, maybe that's not going to happen. Because the only 2 times Harlingen really has scored has been because of a turnover, and 1 was a short drive following a bad punt.
Right, from the 40-yard line is where that one began. So here we go, 2nd down and 8 from the 34-yard line. It is Cardosa in the backfield with Burgett. You got stacked receivers on both sides of the field. You've got three men lined up on here on the right and defenders. They're going to send in a blitzer. Lefever's going to keep it inside the 30-yard line to the 29.
Yeah, they had three guys over here covering Bones and covering Ramsey. And I don't blame them, but that gives numbers to the Wildcats inside for the run. They got two guys over there covering two receivers. They got three guys over here covering two receivers. That only leaves 6 inside.
So the ball is resting at the 30-yard line. 3rd down and 4 to go for the Wildcats. Same offensive formation. Cardosa in the backfield with Lefever. He's going to keep it again, and he's going to be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Big number 92, Sam Alonso, coming across from his defensive end position to bring down Lefever.
Yeah, one of the offensive linemen for the Wildcats didn't break the inside charge of the defender, and Richard gets caught in the backfield. I don't know what you got here at 4th and 5, but this is a big down for the Wildcats. But the clock running is a good thing. Maybe I would take it down and take another timeout. Let's see what they do. Nope.
Play action. Lefever looking to his right, throwing in the direction of Bones. A little too high for him to handle. So an incomplete pass. So the ball's going to go over on down to the Cardinals at the 30-yard line with 4:05 to go in the ball game. So the defense comes back onto the field, and we need a big stop here.
You got 4 minutes. Harlingen's capable of going fast. You've kind of adjusted to their quad set receivers. Let's see if Harlingen stays in that, but you can't let the quarterback beat you with his feet either.
No, you cannot. So talking about that quad receiver set, we're looking at it right now to the top of your screen. Castellanos is the inside receiver. He's going to stay there. They're going to send one in motion on the right side. Jet sweep to the right. The Cardinals trying to look for some running room, and there is nowhere to go. Joe Reyna trying to cut up the field, and I think that's going to be no gain, maybe even a loss. But no, they're going to say that he was dropped at the line of scrimmage, so that'll go for no gain in the field of play. So the clock continues to move. Under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game.
Yeah, the Wildcat defense runs pretty well, but somebody here on the backside needs to stay home because the quarterback was speaking. Do I fake this?
Now they flip the formation. Quarterback looking. He's going to roll to his left, throwing in the direction of Galvan, and it is caught at the 44-yard line, and that's going to move the sticks for the Cardinals.
Well, you got to see it there. The defensive end for the Wildcats did a good job of trying to contain that. Number 1 waits on him and is able to pick him off.
So Cardinals 1st and 10, Ramirez, quarterback draw. He is hit in the backfield, but stays on his feet, and finally, Mike Gonzalez comes up to make the tackle after about a 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, Mikey did a good job. We're moving inside 3 minutes right here, Joe. Harlingen's got to be feeling the pressure, and the Wildcats got to stop them.
3-man front for the Wildcats. Ramirez gets the ball quickly out to Castellanos. Castellanos with some running room, dropped at the 44-yard line, but that's another 1st down for the Cardinals.
That'll stop the clock long enough to move the chains, let Harlingen get organized. I don't like how they're letting their coaches come all the way out to the numbers. I thought that was an emphasis this year, but they're sure letting that happen.
So here's your quad set to the left. Ramirez empty backfield. Rolling out to his left. There's a blitz. Again, Castellanos with a good job of making a block on the blitz. But the quarterback is dropped at the 40-yard line after a 4-yard pickup. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 6, 2:15, and the clock is rolling.
And he went down kind of ugly there, Joe. For a second, I thought maybe he was going to have a hard time getting up. The defensive end for the Wildcats that time had his head on a swivel, and he saw number 1 there.
Castellanos comes to the backfield. Quarterback takes it, hands it off to Castellanos. Castellanos bounces out to his left, but he is hit hard by Gerald Garza after maybe a 3 or 4-yard pickup.
Harlingen has 3 timeouts. I don't know when they think about starting to use them, but the clock is running, and they're changing footballs with 3rd and 2. Wildcats have had a hard time with this down and distance. They're going to go the 4 receiver set and run the quarterback.
1:30 to go here in the ball game. Wildcats lead 20-17. Play action. Quarterback rolling to his right. He's got pressure. He's hitting the backfield. Stays on his feet. Ball is in the air. And Ramsey cannot hang on to that interception.
Wow.
That would have been huge.
Well, that would have sealed the game with 1:19 to go, but now it's 4th and 2. And Harlingen's got to be, they've got 3 timeouts, so the clock is not a big issue right now. But they've got to be thinking 2 yards.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing right now because if you don't pick up those 2 yards, it's over.
And the Wildcats have got to watch the football, not jump off sides.
So here we go. 3 receivers right, 2 to your left. Ramirez, empty backfield. And the Wildcats are going to call a timeout. 1:19 to go in the ball game. The Wildcats lead this one 20-17. They take a timeout on the field. We'll take one with them. You're enjoying Wildcat football right here on K-West.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Welcome back to J. Lewis Bogus Stadium in Harlingen. We've got a great game here tonight. 1:19 left in the ball game. Your Wildcats 20, the Harlingen Cardinals 17. I am Joe Aguilar, joined by the coach, John Boswell. And of course, bringing you the great camera shot is Vinny Berry. 4th down for the Cardinals. Ramirez, empty backfield. Takes a snap, gets rid of the ball quickly. It is caught. And that's going to be very close to a Cardinal first down. Joe Reyna with the reception, and that is going to be a first down for the Cardinals.
If Vinny runs it on a replay, you'll see number 6 coming onto the field. See that little towel behind him, Joe?
Yes.
I haven't seen him dry his hands all night. He dried his hands on that play.
Dead giveaway. 1:03, the clock is moving. Ethan Martinez in motion. Hands off to Castellanos. He's got some running room in the middle. Breaks a few tackles inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. They're going to say 19. Less than a minute to go here in the ball game. Chains are going to move. The clock continues to roll. And the quarterback under center is going to drop it to stop the clock with 50 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well, they're in field goal range if they're thinking of tying the game. They have 50 seconds and 3 timeouts, which is a lifetime. It came down to 3rd and 4th down. You had chances to make the stop. Now it's going to come down to the end right here. And if it comes down to a field goal, I hope it's a long one.
Castellanos in the backfield with Ramirez. Ramirez, plenty of time, looking for a receiver. Ball is in the air over the hands of Ryan Wally. The ball goes incomplete. Stops with 43.9 seconds in the ball game. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Carlos Espinoza, I thought maybe had a little bit of a shot at getting his hands on that ball. This is big right here, 3rd and 10, because you got to think field goal range. You're looking at a 36-yarder to tie the game.
Castellanos in the backfield with the quarterback Ramirez. They're going to send a receiver in motion. Rolls out to his left. Ball is in the air over the hands of the intended receiver, Galvan. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and 10 for the Cardinals. Coach, you said they're a little bit out of field goal range, but they're going to send in the field goal crew on to attempt the field goal is Jacob Garza. They are going to place the block at the 27-yard line, making it a 37-yard field goal. They're going to be just a little bit right of center field.
Do you ice him right here? I guess not. You try to go get the pressure.
So here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's got enough distance, and that's going to be wide to the left. That field goal is no good. The Wildcats are going to take over on downs with 34.3 seconds, leading 20-17.
Here's the most important thing right here. Harlingen has 3 timeouts, Joe. They can kneel it. Harlingen can stop it. They can kneel it. Harlingen can stop it. You may have to play one more series of defense, or you may have to get a first down.
Yeah, you're going to have to pick up a first down to seal the deal here. So big offensive series for the Wildcats. They take over on downs. We've talked about how good this defense has been playing. We've talked about how they've kept the Cardinals out of the end zone. They did it again here with less than a minute to go in the ball game. Field goal was no good. Now they take over on downs at the 20-yard line.
Joe, I think I'd get under center, and I don't think I'd let the ball out of Richard Lefevre's hands.
No, I wouldn't
think
either.
maybe quarterback sneak until, okay, you stop it, and if we have to, then we'll punt it if we have to or whatever. You know, I've seen teams in situations like this get it down and take a safety.
Yes.
And that would make it 20-19. Then you move over here to the 20 and kick it off and hope you can make a tackle. I don't think that's in the Wildcats' plans right now. But, you know, you've got to think every scenario. That's why this coaching staff is so good. They're doing this without a 2,000-yard rusher, the all-purpose MVP of the Valley, and a great offensive hand in Freddie, and amongst others, and guys like Richard Lefevre and guys like Jaime Banuelos and guys like Freddie Cardenas is not going to let this team go down without a fight.
Let's not forget Ramsey Vasquez.
Ramsey Vasquez, another one.
So here we go, Lefevre, empty backfield. He's going to keep it just like you said, Coach. He's going to run up into the heart of that Cardinal defense, and he's going to pick up a good 4 yards.
Yeah.
Coach, you do that 2 more times, and that's a first down.
Well, and again, we've been talking all night, but when they got on the goal line last time, Joe, that's the offense they ran. They got like 3 fullbacks in the game. Number 14 out there, I see him for the first time, Matt Vela, tonight taking the place of number 40, Jared Bernice, who was injured. He's down there on a pair of crutches right now. I hope everything's good for him coming up the rest of the season. But I wouldn't do anything different than what they did on first down right there. In fact, I may do it as long as I can because Harlingen is going to run out of time.
Well, when you've got a guy that stands 6'4" and weighs an upwards of 260 pounds, that's a big man to bring down.
Well, like we said, we saw him decide a week ago that, you know, I love Roy and I love JC, and if they're going to have a chance to come back, which we know they probably aren't, it will be in the playoffs, and so we got to get in the playoffs for that to happen. And let me tell you what, a win tonight really helps them along that line.
So here we go. Lefevre looking for some running room. Gets across the 25 to the 26-yard line, which is going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, that clock is stopping awful quick. That's what Coach Brigette is saying, that the people in the clock upstairs may be anticipating the timeout before it's actually signaled. And he's acting like maybe he videoed the scoreboard, or at least he's talking about it. And, you know, you want to hope that on the road that everybody is a professional and everybody's doing things the right way. But, yeah, you can be a little slow or a little fast on the clock.
I've worked in many of press boxes, Coach, and I have seen that happen where you are with your finger on the button ready to stop it.
Yeah, you know the situation. You know your team needs a timeout. And
you know they're going to call it.
Yeah, and you're not trying to cheat. You just want to make sure you squeeze every second. Well, his hand started to wave. That's
close enough.
Yeah.
So here we go. 3rd down and 4 for the Wildcats. Ball is at their own 26-yard line. 26.4 seconds left on the clock. Lefevre, the quarterback. Coach, you said that's what you would do. It looks like they're going to do it again. They've got all 11 men in the box. This time he's going to run off to his left side. He's running. He's at the 30. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. He's breaking free. He's inside Cardinals territory. He's at the 30. And he's finally brought down at the 25-yard line. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. And this is going to be a Wildcat victory.
And how many times have you seen that, Joe, on whatever level? They're down there. They got 11 guys in the box. They're doing everything to stop the play. And if you don't make the tackle at the line of scrimmage, you bust through the hole. And if Richard had just a little more speed, that's a touchdown. But you know what's important, Joe? The clock is about to run out. And as you said, we're looking at a 2017 Wildcat victory. And they get to go home next week back in Bobby Lackey Stadium with a win over the Harlingen Cardinals.
The clock is showing nothing but zeros. So that means that the game is officially over. The Wildcats 20, the Harlingen Cardinals 17. Coach, the Harlingen Cardinals came in 3-0. Nobody expected the Wildcats to win this one.
Well, the Wildcats needed this to get, you know, they were in the playoff race, but to keep their name active in the playoff race and to beat Harlingen at Harlingen, that's a big deal.
Yes, it is a big deal. We talked about how well they played last week defensively. There was just a little bit that they needed to work on, and I think the little bit that they needed to work on got worked on this week, and it showed on the field today because they come out victorious tonight. So, the final score, your Weslaco East Wildcats 20, the Harlingen Cardinals 17. Your Weslaco East Wildcats improved to 2-2 in district play. The Harlingen Cardinals dropped to 3-1 in district play. The Wildcats go home next week after being on the road for 2 weeks in a row to take on the Rivera Raiders. For the coach, John Boswell, our cameraman extraordinaire, Vinny Berry, I am Joe Aguilar. The final score, once again, your Weslaco East Wildcats 20, the Harlingen Cardinals 17. We'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Good night, everybody.